Okay, we're doing a different location today just because now I have a microphone. I can actually sit in all different areas of my bedroom, but also just because it's so gloomy all of a sudden. It's got quite dark outside much earlier. I don't know if that's because, like, what is that, my British summer, is that done now? I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, it is Friday evening. It's not particularly late. I think I'm recording this, it's not even 7 o'clock yet, but either way, I've got better light next to my window, so hopefully this will be okay to look at. So we're starting with Saturday, and on Saturday I just thought I'd break out my Alyssa Ashley green tea essence. And so I've got this one out, and I've said before I really love the oil of this. So that's the oil there. And I did get this to add on top, but to be honest, I mean, I'm probably just going to pass this one on because it just definitely isn't as nice as the oil. It definitely isn't as nice as the oil. And the oil is surprisingly, I mean, I want to say pungent. I mean, it's surprisingly strong. Like, I don't need really to put stuff on my clothes as well because, yeah, this one lasts for quite a long time and it's actually quite strong. So I'm leaving this one in pure, mainly because it's just, you know, it looks good in the video. It's easy to see, you know. But yeah, so the notes for this one, I went onto the Alyssa Ashley website to get these because Fragrantica doesn't list green tea in these notes, which is a bit ridiculous. So the notes of green tea essence are top notes of Sicilian bergamot, lemon, melon, nutmeg and lavender. Heart notes are jasmine, rose, violet and freesia. Base notes are iris and green tea. So I've said before, this is quite citrusy. There's a bit of the sort of aromatic green tea. There's a lot of melon, which I really like the melon in it, but it's very herbal smelling and it smells to me like there's thyme in it, like the herb thyme. So yeah, it's very herbal. I didn't put this one in my high heat perfumes because although I think this is a great summer perfume, I do actually find this one a little bit strong and it can become a little bit cloying in very hot heat, and I think it's because it has that kind of thyme herb smell. You know, that's not like the freshest of smells. It's a little bit aromatic, a little bit darker than like Elizabeth Arden green tea, so I think that one's a little bit better for high heat. But anyway, so that was like the morning I put that on Saturday, and then when it was the evening I layered some Pear over the top from H&M just because I really love Pear from H&M. It's just such a yummy perfume and it just smells like pears, slightly synthetics, very sweet, a little bit sherbety, but I really like it. I'm glad I've got a backup of this because I'm going to get right through this perfume. And it smells, you could layer this over so many things. Like, I just fancied being a little bit extra fruity, you know, after I'd worn the green tea for the day. So anyway, so then, yeah, that was that one. Sunday, because I wore this, or I got this out for my high heat, I wanted to wear the Scentology Pomelo Neroli. Now, that is a perfume that it's supposed to be an eau de parfum, but it performs more like an eau de toilette. However, having said that, this one on Sunday when it was really quite hot, we went to the park, we wandered around. I really could smell it on me all day. It's good if it hits your clothes, but it just smelled very sweet and kind of slightly bubble bath soapy kind of yummy neroli smell, but nice and fruity from the grapefruit, you know, the pomelo. So I still really like this one. Again, you can't get it from Boots anymore, but it's $9.99 for 100ml. So that one you can get from Boohoo, you can get it from Beauty Bay, I think. Yeah, so it's worth Googling. But I really enjoyed wearing this. I was wearing a very girly, pretty dress. We went out to the park in the sun. We sat and we had some ice cream, you know, just enjoyed a bit of sunshine. And I could smell it when I was walking around. I was getting little wafts of it. It's actually a really good one. It's stronger and lasts longer than the Lychee, you know, from this collection. So the notes in this, the top notes are bergamot, blackcurrant and pomelo. Heart notes are neroli, jasmine, orange blossom, base cedarwood and musk. But really, what you're really getting from this is the Pomelo and the Neroli. You don't really get a huge amount else, I don't think. Those are such strong notes, you can't really smell a huge amount else. So that was Sunday. And then Monday, I'm so obsessed with this perfume. I want to wear it all the time, and I don't wear it all the time because I'm making these videos and I want to, you know, not wear the same thing all the time. And I've obviously got a lot of perfumes, but I love this perfume so much. This is Vera Wang Embrace, and this is the Marigold and Gardenia. And I'm obsessed with this perfume. I've also smelt loads of perfumes quite recently that smell a little bit like it, weirdly. I think it's because I've had quite a few kind of summery perfumes that have got like sweet florals, a little bit creamy, mixed with some kind of melon. So yeah, there's been a few things I've smelt, and I think I've mentioned it when I've reviewed them, that, oh, that smells a little bit like my Vera Wang. Totally delicious, very, very nice. So top notes of this are melon and mango, middle notes gardenia, marigold and orange blossom, base notes cardamom, musk, sandalwood and cedar. And I honestly, melon, marigold, creaminess from the gardenia, and a tiny bit of kind of aromatic spice from the cardamom. It's just so lush. Yeah, I want to wear this one all the time. I'm very comfortable in it. Very comfortable in it indeed. And it was hot. It wasn't boiling hot when I wore this. That's why I was like, ooh, I jumped at the chance to put this one on, you know, because I was like, okay, that one is just so tasty and it's really easy for me to wear and I absolutely love it. And I think it was maybe like 19, 20 degrees max on the day that I wore it. And I have to say, it was pretty good, the lasting power, compared to some of the other Vera Wangs. I'm not sure if I just managed to like hit my clothes in a really good way, but I could smell it. I didn't need to reapply it really during the day. I put it on before I left work, so I'd had it on for ages by then. And it's a small 30ml bottle, so I can just take it in my bag. And I think, are these eau de toilette? Hang on, let me have a little look. Does it actually say? Does it not say? Tester, eau de toilette, there you go. Yeah, so maybe it's because I've got tester bottles that it's quite strong, because I know a lot of people struggle with these perfumes, and when I say strong, it's not strong, it's just not as weak as it can be when it's a bit colder. Yeah, it's so creamy and tasty and sweet and delicious. I love that perfume, and I have actually 2 backup bottles of that, even though it doesn't look like I'm making a dent in it, but I wear it quite a lot. Okay, so this one, I'm just gonna have a quick whiff. I took this out for my high heat perfumes. This is Ted Baker Extraordinary Woman XO. So this perfume is a tuberose perfume, and I wore it because I was going out for a dinner date with my friend, and she used to wear, briefly, when we lived together, she used to wear Flower Bomb. She knows that I don't like that perfume, so in fact she knows that I despise that perfume, so she tends not to wear it when I'm with her, but she's someone who likes a kind of stronger, more floral perfume. So I was like, ooh, you know, she's not going to be at all offended by a proper tuberose perfume, and I can go ham with it, and I can be like, yeah, I'm going to be like really floral. So I wore this, it was so lush, and as I said in my high heat perfume vid, it's the tuberose that I get from Dior Poison. And actually, wearing it when I was like, you know, going out for dinner and having a nice time and having a cocktail, I just really thought to myself, okay, this has the same kind of effect on me as Poison does, in that I find this perfume really sexy, and I feel really sexy in it. I feel very feminine, but quite powerful, because, I mean, it kind of matches the juice in that this is a tuberose because it reminds me a bit of Poison, that is quite dark, but it's also like, the formula is quite light, so it's easy to wear. It's not massively strong. It's quite strong for me, but it's easy to wear in hot heat, because it was still like maybe 20 odd degrees. Doesn't say what this is on it either. It's amazing how many things I've got at the moment that don't say what they are, but I'm pretty sure this is an eau de toilette. I don't think it's an eau de parfum. But yeah, so I really enjoyed wearing that one. It's totally lush. The notes in this are top notes of African orange flower, middle notes tuberose, gardenia and jasmine, base notes heliotrope and musk. And honestly, I just get a sweet tuberose, a bit musky. Maybe the gardenia gives it a very slight creaminess, which is really, really nice. But it's not, you know, it's not massively strong. It's not got, the other notes aren't really doing much as far as I can tell. It just, yeah, if you like the tuberose note in Poison, but Poison's a bit heavy for you, this one is so nice. I really like this. I smelled a few tuberose perfumes and I'm like, yeah, alright. But this one, it has like a sweetness that you'd get from fruit, but there isn't any fruit in it, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's just, I love it. I really enjoyed wearing it. It lasted quite well. I only reapplied it maybe, what time did I reapply it? I probably actually only reapplied it when I was leaving work, when I was going to meet my friend. So yeah, totally lovely. Really like it. Highly recommend this one. I think if you like tuberose, this is a good one. I'm genuinely thinking about this to be my evening perfume for my wedding, just because I did want to wear Poison, but I know it's just going to be too hot for me to wear Poison. That is, like, for me, very much a winter perfume. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I think I'd quite like to still have that vibe, you know, have a little bit of an element of Poison, like a deconstructed Poison that's lighter, you know. So I might actually go for this one because I'm wearing a floral during the day, so this one might layer over it quite nicely. Anyway, she digresses. So then I was meeting another friend the next day, but for lunch. Well, I mean, a very late dinner, so I guess you could, I was thinking of it as lunch, but anyway. And I decided to wear this guy. So this is Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker. I'm blocking all my light, so I'm just gonna see if I can rearrange these. put those to the back maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's the downfall of changing the position that I'm doing things in, isn't it, really? But there you go. So Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker. Now, I wanted to see how this one wore in the warmer weather, and absolutely it was totally easy to wear. It smells really nice, it's really yummy. I have, however, made the decision that I'm probably going to put this into my other cupboard, because I've got a cupboard that's got spring-summer perfumes in, and that one is absolutely rammed, because as I've said before, that's kind of my natural stomping ground, is that I tend to like light, summery perfumes that you can wear in all kinds of weather. You can wear them in winter, obviously, but also they're not going to be cloying or too strong if you wear them in summer, you know. So I've got so many perfumes in that cupboard, and then I've got a cupboard that has autumn and winter stuff, so stuff that I just genuinely can't wear when it's hot, or that I wouldn't necessarily want to wear when it's hot. But there's nowhere near as much stuff in that cupboard because I don't have a huge amount of that kind of perfume. But what I found with wearing this Covet is that it's just so cozy. It's so cozy. And I know a lot of people like summer cozy perfumes, you know. Oh, it's very pretty. That chocolate note is just so magical. But for me personally, I don't really feel like I need to feel like properly cozy in this kind of way, in the kind of lavender chocolatey powdery way that this makes me feel in summer. It's easy to wear. It was totally nice. I wasn't uncomfortable in it, but I'm thinking I might add this to my autumn winter and save it till then. So firstly because I think I'll really appreciate it, and also just because it bulks out my options for that time of year, and kind of takes down the very, like, I don't know, 60 perfumes I have, maybe more, that are specifically good in like summer. So I mean, I loved it though. I'm really glad I got this in a full bottle. I don't regret that one iota. So the top notes of this one are Sicilian lemon, lavender, dark chocolate, and pelargonium leaf. Oh my goodness, I get that wrong every time. Middle notes, lily of the valley, honeysuckle, magnolia. Base notes, musk, cashmere wood, teak wood, vetiver, and amber. and I don't get loads of the bottom notes, although like I said, that it's warm. It's definitely warm. It's really kind of cozy. The musk in it is really nice, but it's mainly for me chocolate, lavender and lemon. That's what I think this perfume smells like, and it's totally lovely. I do love it. This is the one that should be called Lovely. Maybe Lovely should be called Covet, because there's a lot of people I think who find that very, very sexy. And I wouldn't describe Covet as sexy, to be fair. I don't think it's sexy. I think it's cozy. Okay, hear the annoying jingling sound of what's coming next. So I wore The Key by Justin Bieber. Oh, the lighting's definitely not great, is it? Well, I tried something new. I think I'll probably go back to my other position next time. So Justin Bieber The Key, because I wore it again and it was nice weather, it was just I really like it. It's such a nice perfume. I think it's delicious. Like I said, I much preferred it in summer. When I tried it when it was more wintry, it just felt way more shampooey when it dried down. And it didn't seem to retain the same kind of fruitiness that it does when it's hot. And I think that's just because there's a raspberry in the base notes, and it really comes out in the hot weather. So yeah, we started warming up again on Thursday. So I thought, right, let's go for it. Let's go fruity and girly, and it's just so yummy. I just loved it. And this one's an eau de parfum, and it lasts. I think I put it on at maybe 8:30 in the morning, and I think I felt the need to reapply it after lunch, but only between my wrists. I could still smell it kind of a little bit, because it was on my clothes and around my neck. So I think I just redid my wrists, and then I did like another spray on my neck when I left work. But generally speaking, you can get I reckon in hot weather, actually, you get about seven hours out of this easily. If you're not being greedy anyway. Depends how strong you like it. So the top notes in here are pear, bosenberry, mandarin orange, and osmanthus. Middle notes, peach, water lily, and pink jasmine. Base notes, musk, vanilla, raspberry, and woody notes. And I don't find this one massively floral. Probably the florals and the osmanthus are what's giving it a slightly shampooey vibe, but it's the mandarin orange, the bosenberry, the pear, and the raspberry, and a tiny bit of vanilla that I really get from this perfume, and it's so nice. I think it's one of my. I'm not going to say it's my favourite fruity perfume, because all of my signature scents traditionally are very fruity, but it's probably my favourite really hardcore girly, ever so slightly generic fruity perfume, if that makes sense. This doesn't actually smell generic, but it's like a generic celebrity perfume that's just been taken to another level and just is a bit special, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I really like that one. That's very lush. Oh, hey little guy, you go over there. And then today, back into hot weather, and I brought out this classic. Gosh, I love this perfume. It's so good. So yeah, CK2, I've talked about it so many times, you're probably sick of even seeing it, let alone actually me talking about it. But I realised something actually today, just before I was making this video, is that I seem to have two perfumes nowadays that I reach for if I am dressed in a way that I consider to be chic. But if I'm dressed in a classically chic way, I reach for Jennifer Lopez still, because I think that is one of the chicest perfumes that I own. I think it's one of the classiest, most beautiful, light, inoffensive, but just very, in a weird way, a bit sultry, that perfume. Sultry perfume that I have. When I dress in a chic way that's a bit more modern, I nearly always want to wear CK2. So yeah, I was looking at my perfumes this morning, and I was already dressed. Excuse me, my voice sounds it's going a bit funny today. I'm like, please don't let me have the dreaded COVID. I've avoided it for 3 years. So I was looking at them and I was thinking, what do I fancy today? And I sniffed, what did I sniff? I sniffed White Tea by Elizabeth Arden, And I sniffed, what else did I sniff? Oh, I can't remember, but it was a green one. It was a more green scent. And then I sniffed this one and I was like, well, obviously this is this is clearly the one for today. And it's fabulous. It's just totally fabulous. Now, this one, again, this weirdly, I checked it before doing this. This is an eau de toilette, and the lasting power on this thing is crazy. I mean, I put this on at 8:30, and I genuinely paid a lot of attention to this today. I could smell it all day. It projected, I mean, I reckon it was still projecting. I remember getting in the lift and just thinking, oh, I can really smell myself. And that must have been about 4 o'clock. So this was, I mean, it's a subtle projection. It's not like a Levier Belle or anything, but I think people can still smell this for like 8 hours easily. And I put some more on the way out of work, just sort of out of habit. And I remember thinking to myself, blimey, I don't think I needed to do that, because now this is actually quite strong. It's just, for an eau de toilette, it's ridiculous. It completely outperforms many eau de parfums that I have and have had. And it's just, it's so good. I love it. So anyway, top notes: wasabi, violet leaf, mandarin orange and pear. Middle notes: pebbles, hedione, orris fruit, peony and rose. Base notes: vetiver, white musk, incense and sandalwood. And honestly, I mean, if it hits your clothes, it's going to last forever. Like, it's this and Still, actually, although Still is an eau de parfum. So both of my kind of wear it when you feel chic perfumes, they are both subtle in terms of the sillage and the projection, you know. But in terms of how long you can smell them on yourself, they are absolute beasts. Like, you can smell Still on you, I reckon, probably for about 12 hours. And you can, and CK2 is the same, but CK2 is supposed to be an eau de toilette, so it's wild. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just such a spectacular perfume. But yeah, this has been a really fun week. It's been a nice mixture. I've had a bit of tea, I've had some pure florals, I've had some chocolate, I've had some, well, wasabi and rain, you know, and this just smells fully clean. It smells like rain on pebbles, but sweet. It's just beautiful. I've had a sweet shampooy, fruity one, you know, I've had, just so many good ones. Yeah, it's been an absolutely delicious week, to be honest.